What's it going to be? Cigarettes or us? My girlfriend pulled an ultimatum. Cigarettes or her? How did it get to this point? Hi there, my name is Fire, and I'm a storyboard artist here at Minute Videos. I would like to share my story with you about my battle to quit smoking. At the time, I really didn't know whether it would be easier to stop smoking or stop the relationship with my girlfriend. My addiction really started from just following what my friends were doing. I studied illustration, and there was just a look that went with being an artist. You have to always dress really cool, look chill, and smoking really just completed the look. It makes you look cool, and if you don't smoke, you just end up looking too goody-goody, and that doesn't fit well with the other artists. So it seemed like a good idea at the time. Once I learned how to smoke, I started to do it more and more. The higher my studies, the more projects I had, the harder I had worked, and the more stressed I became, the more I smoked. Not to mention, all the time spent going out with friends as well. I was studying a lot, partying just as much, and in turn, smoking a lot. So any hope of quitting barely existed. When I met my girlfriend, she also smoked, but she quit not long after. It's not that I never thought of quitting. I tried to quit twice, but because everyone around me smokes, I would be right back to where I started. I would go out a lot, and not only was I smoking, but I would gradually smoke more and more every day. My girlfriend started to mention here and there that I should quit smoking because I always stunk of cigarettes. I'd think to myself, well, you quit smoking. Of course you'd recognize and smell it more than others. It wasn't until my first job teaching a drawing course to high school students that I started to notice what she meant. If there was free time, I would go out for a smoke break, and when I came back in, I started to notice some strong reactions from my students. In fact, the smell of cigarettes was so strong, even I noticed it. Once you smoke and step into an air-conditioned room, the smell is even stronger, and it spreads because of the air conditioner. So after that, I decided not to smoke at work because I wanted to be considerate of the people around me, which were all high school students. Pretty bad influence, huh? I had no problem following through, but I made up for it by smoking more after work or when I'd go out. I was actually able to keep doing that for years. I didn't smoke at work, but only after work and socially. But as time went on, my girlfriend was reaching her limits, and I was noticing that I was struggling to breathe and snoring louder and louder every day. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to smoke less, I thought. I still craved it, but I tried to suppress it by drinking water sometimes, chewing gum other times, or just finding something to chew on to forget about it. It felt like it was working, but in the end, I always gave in to a smoke. I promised my girlfriend that it was going to be the last pack, but in truth, I was still smoking behind her back. Before coming home, I would just chew some gum, eat some candy, or rinse my mouth with some Listerine so she wouldn't smell it on my breath. When she did notice the smell, I would lie and tell her that my friend smoked, and it's only normal that the smell would stick to me as well. But as there are no secrets in this world, one day, she found a pack that I forgot to throw out, and that's when catastrophe struck. She was so angry and disappointed in me that she asked to take some time away, but I couldn't let her go, so I begged her for one more chance. She told me that this was my last chance, and if smoking was more important than her or even my own health, then she would be the one to leave. So I went cold turkey. I was barely smoking and mainly in evenings, so I decided to just cut it out completely. The first 3 to 4 days were complete torture, but I kept at it. After almost a month, I could really feel a difference. In fact, I started to notice a difference in the second week. I was waking up earlier, breathing much easier, and I started to crave sweets and actually had an appetite. Even after about a month, I was still going out with friends, but I didn't smoke. It felt weird not having a cigarette in my hand or in my mouth, but that's all it really was, just strange. It grew from wanting to fit into a habit, so instead, I just ate snacks and drank a lot to replace the feeling. Everything I ate tasted so much better. I ate a lot, but surprisingly, my health was improving. Not a bad trade, right? Finally, I quit for good. It's been 6 months and I haven't touched a single cigarette. Someone once said it takes 21 days to completely form a new habit, and for me, it's been 6 months. So that's it then. I'm completely done with it. So what did I gain from quitting? I can actually taste the food I eat, and it tastes even better than before. I can sleep really well now and no longer snore and disturb my girlfriend. I don't wake up with headaches or feel dizzy, but instead wake up feeling fresh. And I have so much more money left over. So what I really want to say is, let's all quit smoking together. I promise you that it's much better to stop this habit than to ruin any relationships.